Okay. Hello, everybody. This is David Shelton with Imagine Media Solutions, and we are going to be talking about how to access your webmail, how to access your webmail, and how to automatically set your mail client, Outlook Express, or Mac Mail automatically for your computer. So whether you have a PC or a Mac, you'll be able to use these systems. So let's go ahead and log in. I have created an email for myself, and that is, in this case, I'm going to go to my webmail. So I'm on the madeinthe.shade.blinds.com server. I'm going to go to madeinthe.shade.blinds.com/webmail. And for your email address, you will be using your domain. And then you'll just simply enter in the word slash webmail after this. In this case, madeinthe.shade.blinds.com/webmail. It will bring up a screen that looks a little bit like this. And I'll just enter in my email address, david@madeinthe.shade.blinds.com. And I'll enter in my password. And we will have given you a default password, and if you wish to change that, we'll show you how to do that here momentarily. So I'm going to click log in. This is what our new login screen looks like. It is a control panel, and it gives you the option of three major online mail clients, but we're going to do a couple of things first. First off, if you want to change your password, all you've got to do is click Change Password, and it will give you the option to change your password. So you don't necessarily even have to have your old password. It will give the option to change it into something different. And it will require a certain number of passwords. You must have numbers, lowercase letters, uppercase letters. You can use different symbols, but make sure this is something that you can remember for yourself. If you want to have a really strong password, click on Password Generator, and it will give you something really kooky. But again, it's something that you want to make sure that you can remember this particular password. I'm going to cancel this and go back to the one that I was going to use in the first place. You have to enter it in twice. It will give you a green check mark to let you know that you've done it. Click on Change Password, and it will be successfully modified. Click on Go Back, and now I'm back to where I was a minute ago. Now, I'm going to configure my mail client for this brand new email address, so all I've got to do is click on Configure Mail Client. With this, I have the option of selecting Microsoft Outlook for Windows, Microsoft Outlook Express for Windows, and Mac Mail for Windows. And in this case, I'm using the Lion app operating system, and you'll be able to tell which operating system you're using. Just go to your just fine. So I want to go ahead and use the Auto Configure Mac IMAP Access for Lion. It will automatically download the program, and it will. All I have to do is run it, and it will automatically change the system for me. Now, if you wish to use the manual setting for your email, all you have to do is to look at the particular setting. For most Made in the Shade dealers, be sure to take note of exactly how the server username is selected. There's a plus sign instead of the @ sign. So when you enter your username, you will enter the full email address with the plus sign instead of the @ sign. The incoming mail server will be mail dot whatever your domain is. In this case, it's madeinthe.shade.blinds.com. Mail.madeinthe.shade.blinds.com. Then the outgoing server is the exact same. mail.yourserver.com or .ca if you happen to be a Canadian dealer. Very important on your outgoing mail server to select Server Requires Authentication. This is an option in all mail settings. And be sure to use port 26. I'm going to go back. And if you have any questions on setting up a mail client, now this includes anything from Outlook, IMAP, Outlook, or the Mac Mail, an iPhone, a Droid phone, or any kind of cell phone that you're using. All of these are able to access an email using the IMAP settings. I went back to the main screen, and I once again have the option of selecting I have my inbox here. In this case, I do not have any emails in my brand new email address. I can check for new mail. I can write a new mail. I can forward, reply to all, check my settings, or I can click on the gear and print, download, or edit as new. First thing I'm going to do is go to my settings. From here, I can change a few preferences in my email system. If I click on User Interface, it will give me the option of the languages. So if you are in a French Canadian area, this will give you the option to decide on what your primary language needs to be. Or if you are across the pond or in Canada and you prefer Canadian or British English, you can use the English Great Britain setting that will give you the dictionary that you are more comfortable with. Your mailbox view, you can show a preview pane that will show and instantly present any of your emails immediately after you click on them. I'll go ahead and check this. Mark previewed messages as read after 5 seconds, 10, 20, 30. I usually set it for immediately. Click Save. Move on, and it will tell you that it's successfully saved. Move on to the next screen, and it will give you other options. Compose HTML messages. In most cases, I would recommend always composing HTML messages. Automatically save draft every 5 minutes. This is recommended, especially if you're typing one of those long, really important emails. You can also change it to every minute or every 1 minute. Save. Display the default settings. It will show the HTML settings as HTML as your default. Your address book, I'll point that out here in a minute. Special folders. You can create new folders as well. We'll do that here shortly. Server settings. Mark the message as read on delete. You can flag it. Any of these settings can be adjusted to your preferences. I'm going to go over here to folders. I'm going to create a brand new folder because I want to organize my emails a little bit more effectively. I'll click on the plus sign, and I'm going to call this Made in the Shade Business. Parent folder will be the primary folder. Click Save. And now my brand new folder has been automatically created and automatically subscribed. My identities, this is where I will change my signature. My settings, I can add my name. My email address will stay the same. Organization Made in the Shade. Reply to, and BCC. This can automatically, if you wish to send this to a regular email that you'll always get whenever you reply to or send an email. In this case, I'm going to send it to my standard Imagine Media Solutions email at dwshelton@imaginemediasolutions.com. And I'm doing that just for myself. Again, this is certainly not required from anyone. If you wish to have every email that you send blind carbon copied to a supervisor or a co-worker or a business partner, that email address can be sent here. So I'm going to click Save again, and I want to go back and adjust my signature. And I'll enter in all of my information here. If you wish to be if you know a little bit of HTML, you can click on HTML signature, and it will give you the option of creating your a custom signature that is more to your liking. To return to my email screen, all I have to do is click Mail, and it will return back to my screen. As you note, we now have the reader pane. And that is how to access any of your emails. So I'm going to send myself an email from my regular account here for just a moment. And now I have a brand new email address, as indicated by the boldface in the inbox. I click on testing, and the email as I tested. By default, any remote images are automatically blocked. You can display the images, and in this case, it will show my signature image that I put in here, which looks a little like that. You'll notice on the email headers that there are small icons that look like a little game pawn. Click on the icon and it will automatically add the contact directly to your address book. So now when I create a brand new email address, all I have to do to pull from that email address into a new email, as I wait for it to load, the from line automatically comes from my name at david@maidentheshadeblinds.com. And if I were to add from the address book, all I have to do is go to my address book, find the person, all I have to do here is by typing the person's name, and automatically the address book that I entered, the name from the address book that I have entered, will automatically be entered. Add a subject line, and then click send. Message sent successfully. It takes you back to your inbox. If you have any further questions, please call me at 931-648-1788, or you can contact us at dwshelton@imaginedmediasolutions.com.